So here we go. The ladies short program with a 16-year-old taking the ice right now. Carolina Kostner from Italy. The 2003 World Junior bronze medalist.
What a fresh face she is. A very delicate quality to her skating. Nice long line. She's opening with a triple loop. Very pretty landing position. Nice stretched out free leg.
And a very difficult entering position. The edge was very tough on that.
That was pretty spectacular. Triple Lutz, triple toe. Very ambitious.
At 16, she is the youngest lady in this event.
She's also already been anointed as far as being a future champion, particularly an Olympic champion with the Olympics in Torino, and with being the first Italian lady to make really significant potential possibility of a gold medal.
She won the Italian National Championship this year and came in 4th at the European Championships in Malmo, Sweden.
A beautifully proportioned body, long legs, long arms.
Very nice combination spin there.
She moves well. The edges are very smooth and easy. This layback position just not up to a standard of a future champion, but I'm sure that'll improve.
I think she's got a few good years left.
Yeah. She comes from an athletic family, too. Her cousin and godmother is Isolde Kostner, who won the silver medal in the women's downhill in Salt Lake City.
Well, she was wonderful. I really enjoyed her skating. Very pleasant. Made everything look pretty easy.
16-year-old Carolina Kostner from Italy.
And this was very ambitious for even having her attempt this, a triple Lutz, triple toe. A little squeaky on the landing, but she went for it and got up in the air, and a little struggle on the landing, but boy, she gave it a good shot.
And this final move, the combination spin, shows the very long legs and long arms that can be most attractive. I think right there she's a little bit too high up on the toe. This sit cannonball position is fine, and here she goes into a back camel and then a back sit spin and pulls up into this back scratch spin with a very deeply arched back.
So now the marks. There'll be 2 sets. The first 4 required elements, 5.3 up to 5.7.
And those are very, very, very fine marks for this young lady.
And the second set for presentation, 5.3 up to 5.6 for the youngster.
There's already an anointing going on here, and I think that's very nice to see.
Good look at the crowd settling in here in the MCI Center, watching the ladies short program at the World Championships. Right now, let's go over and join Peter Carruthers.
Thank you, Terry. Sarah, you really fought back in that short program, but were you surprised to see 4.8s out there?
You know, I don't really look at the marks too much. I don't think there were too many 4.8s, and, you know, not all the marks count, so I don't know, but I'm really pleased with my skate. You know, right before I went on the ice, I was thinking, you know, this is my 4th Worlds. You know, the past 3, I've done really great short programs, and I didn't want to mess up my short program at World Skate right now, so thought I'd go with it.
Yeah, were you doubting yourself at all, though, or what did you tell yourself to fight back?
You know, I felt pretty good, but I just went with the moment, and I'm really proud of what I did.
So Sarah Hughes will wait to see if her marks hold up. And the next skater to take the ice is from Japan, Yoshie Anda, 20 years of age, the 2003 Japanese silver medalist. Finished 5th at the World Championships last season in Nagano.
She's been having trouble with her right ankle.
In this triple Lutz combination, watch the spring of the jump, the lift that she gets into the air. Well, not as good as it's been in practice, that's for sure. And that also looked like it switched to a back inside edge.
She's had a great year up until that ankle injury. A couple of wins in the Grand Prix series. She made it to the Grand Prix final, but had to withdraw because of the ankle.
Just struggled with that triple flip. But her most dramatic improvement has been her artistry. But her jumping ability is her strength. Usually, she's capable of doing a triple axel, which she will be doing in the long program. Now watch this double axel coming up. Very
Beautiful.
easy. She gets some good height.
I think the problem is that she needs to finish and develop the quality of her positions. She just doesn't, she's too good an athlete not to carry the rest of it on.
But she's making an attempt, so this is a big improvement from what she did last year, but she still has a ways to go. Like in this layback spin, these positions are not great.
This is just not an acceptable spiral when you're talking about being in this class of skaters. You've just got to extend. There's got to be more arch. The feet have got to be turned out in the air. And I mean, just the entire thing has to have zing. It can't be so flat and so sloppy. And look at this layback. I mean, that's a terrible layback position. The leg position got better as it went down. She's much too good a skater to have these kind of lack of quality.
20-year-old Yoshie Anda from Japan.
And here is a look at her triple flip that she did. Watch her tap in there and up in the air. Not a whole lot of height, but she really rotates pretty fast in the air and struggled a little bit on the landing.
So we will see what the judges think now. The first set, of course, for required elements. How well did she perform the 8 required elements? Second set for the overall artistry.
The marks for required elements. And those marks
So the required element marks now, 4.5 up to 5.2, the range.
And I think that when you compare that with what Sarah Hughes had, that's an acceptable differential of opinion, including the presentation marks, the same thing.
4.9 up to 5.5, the range for presentation for Yoshie Anda, who is in 4th place overall. Look at the range on the placements. 3rd down to 10th. Coming up next, a skater who always seems to be in the thick of things, Yelena Lyashenko from Ukraine, as the ladies' short program rolls on. Back at the World Figure Skating Championships here in Washington, D.C., Terry Gannon along with Dick Button, Peggy Fleming, and Peter Carruthers. In the ladies' short program on the ice right now from Ukraine is Yelena Lyashenko. She came in 5th in her qualifying group. There were 2 qualifying groups, 3 rounds in all for the ladies.
She always puts a lot of energy into her performances. She has good speed, but terrible long setups for her jumps. Watch her prepare for this triple Lutz and watch how she holds this edge for so long.
And that also looked as though it switched slightly at the very last second from an outside to an inside edge. Maybe slow motion will show the exactness of that.
Yelena is 26 years old, from Kiev, Ukraine, and this is her 9th trip to the World Championships. Her best finish was 6th back at the '94 Worlds.
I think she's smoothed out a lot over the last year or so. I think there's been a very obvious intention to soften and stretch out on her moves.
Circular footwork. There are 8 required elements that you have to do in the short program. This is one of them. Now her final move, this combination spin. Good energy, good speed.
There's a nice centering on that spin. I think there's a distinct improvement of her skating over the last year, and it's very nice to see that somebody who has stuck with it all this time to the age of 26 is making quantitative, leaps forward.
She's one of those wild cards, too. She's always on the first page of the leaderboard, if you will, but never in contention for the gold medal.
No.
Yelena Lyashenko.
Now watch the edge here, right there. It's back inside, and then it goes to back outside edge. So there was no flutzing there. That's very interesting. Remember, too, that the judges have instant replay. And depending upon the angle that they get it from, which is center ice, but exactly where the skater is, they can determine very clearly what the edge would look like. And here on this combination spin, good centering, good speed. That layback position, not the best, but this is a nice catch foot position, and it ends with a very clean kind of look. Nice combination.
So let's see if the judges agree on Yelena Lyashenko. The first set, 5.0 to 5.7.
Oh, my gosh. I think that's going to be quite a serious thing, and that's going to make an enormous change in the...
She's shocked.
Yes.
She can't believe these numbers. 5-3 up to 5-7. And look at, one judge put her in first all the way down to 6th. She's in first place overall, ahead of the Olympic.
Well, I think I've competed a lot more this year than a lot of my competitors. I think that, I don't know, I've had a different coach this year, so I'm adjusting to a different type of training, which I think has really helped me a lot. And just, I've been able to look at my skating through a lot of different perspectives. That's really helped me out. And, it's always about learning, and it's always about changing and becoming better and better. And you can't do that if you just stay the same. So I think, moving across the country, having a new coach, and just having a real open mindset about competing has helped me a lot.
Ladies short program, the U.S. bronze medalist, Sasha Cohen. This season, she's complemented her talent by the knowledge of a celebrated Russian coach, Tatiana Tarasova. For both, it has been a unique experience.
Alexei Yagudin, Ilya Kulik, Grishuk and Platov. Olympic champions, all with one thing in common. Tatiana Tarasova has coached them all, as well as 7 other Olympic and world champions. And now her newest challenge, a fiery American girl.
She has 100%. It is all inside. This little beauty Sasha has everything inside.
The 56-year-old Tarasova has never coached an American or an elite ladies skater before. But after 37 years of coaching, she's made an exception. Within Sasha, she sees a champion. For Sasha, the transition to a Russian coach has brought her back to her heritage. She grew up listening to her Ukrainian mother speak in Russian. Now she can understand Tarasova in her native tongue.
We have a rather unusual dialogue. I talk to her in Russian and she answers in English. If somebody would observe us, they would think we were nuts.
Her season certainly hasn't been perfect, but Sasha's win at the Grand Prix final was a huge burst of confidence as she tries to earn her place among Tarasova's long line of successful skaters.
I said, okay, well, let's take steps like this. And they go, well, how do you expect, you know, to be #1, to catch up with everyone else? You got to take 3 steps at a time.
Faster, more stronger, more cross.
With every performance that I give, Nationals, Grand Prix Final, and Worlds, I intend to take my skating, you know, a notch higher.
Sasha is the determined fighter. Tatiana, the no-nonsense coach. Together, this mix of personalities seems to be working.
I'm competitive and I love winning, and I love working hard and practicing, and I hope that, you know, with my hard work and Tatiana, I'll be able to realize my dreams.